What is going on, everybody? It's good to see you all at Fifth Quarter Tailgate. Today, we are going to be talking a little bit about last week's draft and this week's Kentucky Derby. It's a busy sports couple of weeks, so we're going to sit back, relax, drink a little whiskey, and talk some sports. So, first of all, let's see who's all in chat. Let me pull up that real quick, and there we go. Trevor Kunkel was in early. Let's go. Let's go, Trevor. All right, and then you had Bourbon Baller was in here. Cheers, Bourbon Baller. You know what? First of all, I'm going to get something in my glass. I think it's only fair that if we're getting prepared for the Kentucky Derby, that we drink the bourbon of the Kentucky Derby, Woodford Reserve. So I'm going to be drinking a little double oaked because I don't have the regular Woodford, but I like the double oak. I know that Shelf Turds were talking about it earlier, and they said that they hated the double oak, but you know what? I think it tastes like maple syrup and pancakes and nice and sweet. I really like it. It's probably not my favorite double oaked, but might be my favorite double oak bourbon. But I would say my favorite double oak product would be the Sagamore Rye double oak. If you have not tried that, it's around $60. Go pick it up. Go pick up a bottle. It is exceptional. I might drink some of that after I'm done with this kind of large pour. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to get drunk, I guess. So anyway, let's go back into chat here. Hey, Brian Slapshot, how you doing, man? You still on the mend from your little concussion you got the other day? Hope you're doing okay and getting healthy, man. Cheers, Mark Ebenecker. You got the sample delivery. Good. I'm glad you got that, and I'm glad hopefully nothing was broke or leaking or anything like that. I don't normally pack like that, but I figured, sample. I hope it got to you. Hey, I appreciate the return package. You don't have to do that if you win. But I appreciate the offer, and you're a good guy. Cheers, Jerry Black, and I'm going to cheers everybody. Get a little sip of this. T1090's in the house. How you doing, Todd? Slapshot gets marshmallows out of Woodford Double Oak. Yeah, probably. That's probably what I get the most, like either marshmallow or like a syrupy maple syrup. T1090 also loves the Sagamore Double Oak. Yep. See here, Slapshot's getting better every day. Just a bit dizzy, not dizzy and on a boat in 6 feet waves as it has been the last 2 days. Well, that sounds good. Sounds like you're getting a little bit better every day. Maybe watch it with the concussions, man. You gotta take care of yourself. All right. Everybody saying hi. Saying hi. All right. Yeah. All right. So, I don't know if anybody is as big of a nerd as I am about the Derby or about the draft, but I'm one of those weirdos that has it on like all day, and I'm doing other things, but I'm always watching it and seeing if guys from Nebraska, the college, they they get drafted, which, there are a few guys that got drafted, but my reaction is, I'm also a Packer fan, so my reaction was that the first round sucked because the one dang thing that the Green Bay Packers needed to do in the first round was just draft a wide receiver. We lost some key wide receivers. We freaking get down to the draft and man, no. We draft a linebacker. Granted, he's from Georgia, and those dudes were freaking stacked this year. But that's okay. And then we also had two first round draft picks. And the second one, we drafted a defensive lineman. Now, I'm not saying that we don't need defensive players, but if anybody knows anything that's going on in Green Bay right now, Aaron Rodgers, he's got like maybe 2-3 years tops. So he wants to win it. And to do that, you gotta get him some guys to throw to. And they didn't do that in the first round. So I was needless to say, not very happy with how they did in the first round, but there was a lot of crazy trades, deals, different players going to and it seemed like this year was the first year that had so many more trades in the first quarter. But anyway, so I kind of had a little bit of a list of who I thought were my winners and losers from the draft. And you have my winners, or I'll start with my losers first. Indianapolis, man, like they did all this work and they got Matt Ryan in the offseason, which I think was going to be a good thing. However, they got to get a bunch of guys that they already have positions for, or have basically they're already set at the positions that they drafted for, but they spent like high-end picks for them. And I just don't understand why, like some teams, I feel like the NFL is such a win at all cost league that I don't think you have time that with a quarterback that is probably also kind of like Aaron Rodgers gonna not be there very long. I mean, he's maybe got 4 or 5 years left in him, but Matt Ryan's not going to stick around. And they just made some real kind of silly moves and picked people that I didn't think that they needed. The other one I had, and this one was probably the craziest one out of them all, was New England Patriots. Like, I feel like ever since they got rid of Tom Brady, they have not known what to do in the draft, and they're not preparing at all for like the future and getting better or getting the next Tom Brady. Or I mean, they got their I can't even think of the guy's name now. That's he's a younger player. I think he was a rookie last year, but yeah, they're not like they ended up drafting like I think 3 players that within the first like 50, or 2 players within the first 50 draft picks that Mac Jones, thank you, Max. They ended up drafting two players. One that wasn't even projected to go in the first day of, first, like, he was a late second round, early third round pick. So, like, and they drafted him like in the top 20. It's like, what are you doing, man? Like, I don't know, like, and everybody was making, all kinds of, like, saying, like, what are they doing? Like, why are they, picking it? He was like his name was Cole Strange. I get his name, yeah. And they took him at 29, 29th overall, but he was like projected to like go, like after like 50 picks. So like they had they probably could have came back around and even probably spent, too much on him then, but I don't know. So the New England Patriots just need to figure out, like, and I'll be honest, I'm not a Patriots fan. I don't really care, but like they got like a couple of running backs, even though they've got like a bunch of running backs already on their roster, and they drafted another quarterback, even though they've got Mac Jones. Like I don't know. It was just a weird draft for Patriots, but like I said earlier on, I think the biggest loser of the draft was not even a team. It was Aaron Rodgers, because he needed wide receivers, man. He needs wide receivers right away. They got a guy in the I think they traded up in the second round to get a guy. But I mean, you had it was such a wide receiver heavy draft that they could have taken one of their picks in the first round and traded up and, get one of these, elite running. Yeah. Yeah, it was in the second round. Yeah, and it was I'm just sorry. As a Packer fan, like, what are you doing? Like, we need to get yeah, they had two different defensive players with they had two first round picks, and they went two defense players from Georgia. I don't It's baffling, but so my biggest loser of the draft was probably Aaron Rodgers, because he, even though he said, he went on Pat McAfee, and he was like, oh, I totally support all of this. But, in the back of his mind, he's going, like, I want to friggin' win. Like, that doesn't, I don't know. Anyway, so let's go to my winners. My winners via like trade were Philadelphia via trade. They get a guy, the running back or the wide receiver from Tennessee, and they just made some really great trades, and they got a lot of value for not giving up a whole lot. And then so I think Philly is one to look out for. They're going to be in the mix this year, which they haven't been for a while. So it'd be good to see Philly in the mix. Probably the biggest team winner is the Pittsburgh Steelers, because they're finally getting rid of Roethlisberger. Like, that guy probably needed to retire about 5 years ago, in my opinion. He did not he just hasn't done anything since they went to that one Super Bowl, which I don't even know if that was his because of him. Um, and then they go and they get a really good quarterback that's probably going to be like their legacy quarterback for the next 10 years. So hopefully Pittsburgh Steelers do well. And kind of the same vein of my biggest loser, my biggest winner is Tom Brady, because freaking Tom Brady gets he just it seems like whatever team he's on, they draft for him, which is exactly what the Packers should be doing with Aaron Rodgers. I mean, you've got these elite quarterbacks, like you need to get them a lot of you need to get him a the players to be there. Let's see. Let's go back to where was I last? I think. Yeah. That Patriots pick, like it was funny. Like you had actual coaches laughing, like the Patriots. They need to. Belichick probably is needing to retire. Let's see here. Never doubt Belichick. The guy just went. I don't know, man. Like they didn't. I mean, they won some games last year, but like they haven't done amazing without Tom Brady. So I'm beginning to wonder if that wasn't Belichick's that made all those World Series or those Super Bowl appearances. It was Tom Brady, man. He's a decent. He's got he's a good quarterback with guys around him that help him out, and and I think that teams help him win by drafting guys that and basically making Tom Brady control their draft, which I mean obviously it's winning somehow. Let's see. Yeah, I thought he was a mid-second rounder. Yeah. See, you can't bet against New England, but the coach is known for drafting great. Yeah, well, I mean, that's true. J Max, the Bears didn't do anything. I mean, well, I mean they've had a good offseason, but um, okay, Bourbon Baller, biggest loser at Lions. He's cashing his $50 million checks. Like I think he's just probably living life, but as a Packer fan, I want him to win championships. So let's see. 21090 is Sagamore using their own juice. I think they are, but yeah, 21090 could probably know that better than I do, since they're kind of local. Yeah, Philly's doing good. They did good things this year, like I said. Yeah, I think Pickett's the man in Pittsburgh. I think he's probably set up to be a 10-year. He'll be there. I mean, unless Pittsburgh tanks and he wants out, but I assume he's going to be there for a while. I think he'll be the guy this year for sure. The offensive coordinator, because he played at Pittsburgh, University of Pittsburgh, So like that kind of fits into that whole, hometown kid. And even though I don't think he's actually from Pittsburgh, but he played at the University of Pittsburgh. So there's that connection. I've seen clips of him because the Husker new offensive coordinator is actually the guy from University of Pittsburgh who was there for quite a while, and he's kind of an older guy. He's coached all around, and I think he even coached at the Steelers. I think he was a quarterback coach at the Steelers for a while. He really hypes him up. So I don't know. Let's see here. What else? Yeah. Zamboot says Boston Sports Radio is losing their collective minds over the Patriots draft picks. Yeah, well, I mean, Boston Sports Radio is another level of strange. Like they lose their mind over the littlest things. Like the Red Sox lose one game, they lose their mind. So maybe they overreact. All right. Sounds like you're responding to whether or not Sagamore is making their own juice. Starting to J Max, this one I'm sipping on 5-year and 4-year bottle on bond was the first bottles of their own juice. Yeah, as far as I know, I think the Sagamore Rye Double Oak is still MGP or sourced from somewhere. But whatever they're doing with it, keep doing it because it's good. Will, we're going to get to that. Who's got the hot tip for the Derby? I definitely don't, so don't take my advice. But I usually just guess. So that this is internet entertainment purposes only. Don't take my betting advice ever. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop the StreamYard link if anybody does want to jump in and talk a little Derby here. We're going to talk about that. Let's see here. Let's see if I can pin it. Yes, it did. There we go. All right. So StreamYard link is pinned in chat if anybody wants to hop in and talk a little Derby action. We're going to get to that here in a second. Yeah, he plugged in guys for years that just produced. I think you're talking about Belichick. Of course, Brady's a great quarterback, but the New England system works. See, and I think the New England system worked because he drafted for Tom Brady. Like after a while, like in the beginning, they were trying to plan. He probably had his own plan, but once they started winning all those worlds or the Super Bowls, it's because they were getting Brady the guys that they needed. Let's see. What's going on, Deathless Dogs? How you doing, Dan? See if I can get caught up a little bit. Wow, I'm getting behind. Okay. I don't know if I said hi to Steve Burkow, but hi, Steve Burkow. How you doing? Caught up. Everybody's saying hi. Dan and Egg Roll. Hopefully we'll see a Egg Roll appearance today, maybe. Hope so. Everybody loves Egg Roll. Yeah, you didn't have a great day at the track either. You didn't win anything at the track. Well, that's that's the unfortunate thing about horse racing. You're dependent on another animal or whatever, and yeah, they may be trained, but they sometimes they go at their own speed, and they have their own minds as well. You can only be um, I don't know. Right, let's see here. StreamYard link in the pinned at the top there. The Trevor says Ohio sucks for whiskey and sports, but that's where I'm from, so I got to represent. There's a team called Ohio State that has been the vein of my existence for a while now. So don't say that all Ohio sports suck. I would love for Nebraska to never play Ohio State, but that happens. So let's see here. Winning Super Bowls attracts more talent. Yeah, that's true. I think it's also starting to be a friends want to play with friends league. In the and even though they're not supposed to, players talk to different players on different teams, and they say, "Hey, you want to come play with us?" And they'll try to get traded, and it's becoming a very interesting gray area of talking to players and making deals, and I don't know. Hey, what's going on, Derek? How you doing, my man? We talked last night until way too late, and I had a lot of things to do today, and I don't know if I got all of them done, but it's good to talk to you last night. Lilith had a lot of fourth places. Couldn't pick a winner. Yeah, well, usually my horse is usually in the back. So like he's like that horse that's in the back, like still eating like hay. Like he hasn't even left you know he kind of forgets that there's even a race. So that's just as the horse that I normally pick comes in last. Yep. If only that got me money. Yeah, I'm the same way. If you could pick the last horse and win money like that would be a great prop bet or some sort. It would be like pick the horse that's going to come in last. I would win that one probably more than ever picking a horse that comes in first. Yeah. Ohio State's pretty good. I also dislike them. Yeah, they're good, but the thing about it is I saw a player from Ohio State. He had a quote, and he didn't get drafted, but he got like what they call an undrafted free agent. And he was like bitching about it on Twitter. And I was like, but you're still going to the NFL, man. Like he's like all talking about like, oh, I didn't get drafted, so I'm going to go to the NFL with a chip on my shoulder. And it's just like, dude, like there are thousands of high school players that don't even get to go to the college level. And then there's thousands of college level players that never get to go to the pros. And he's sitting here bitching about like, oh, well, I didn't get drafted. So, but they wanted me to play. And he essentially got to pick the team that he wanted to play for anyway. And so it's almost a better deal for him. But salty ass players piss me off. Like if you are, of course, drafting, you probably get more money if you get drafted, but and better shot. But I don't know, man. Like, you should not be bitching and moaning if you are going to be making hundreds of thousands of dollars, at least hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars, playing the sport you love. So suck it up, Buttercup, and don't go with a chip on your shoulder that you didn't get picked in like one of 7 picks for that team. Like, that's the thing. Like, you think there's only 32 teams, 31 teams in the NFL, and they only each get 7 picks. Like, that's not a lot of numbers. That's only a couple hundred players, and you think of all those players. It's bullshit. Like, I hope they cut him just for that comment. Like, that's what I would do. I'd be like, you know what? You fine. You want to come with a chip on your shoulder? Then go somewhere else. Let's see. All right. J Max is talking about Adams. Yeah. Adams wanted to go play with Carr, and that's fine. I mean, there was, as a Packer fan, there was no way that both Rodgers and Adams were going to play on the same team. They just both wanted similar paychecks, and Packers didn't have the money. Oh, man. All right, let's get into friggin' Derby Day. Let's talk about some horses. All right. So I'm going to be honest. I haven't checked the line lately. I know that it changes like almost hourly, it feels like. So I'm going to let me look up Derby odds. Because I know today was like they picked like what spot they're in, right? Like the further in you are, it's like whatever spot you are in the. I don't even know what they call it. I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. Um, Starting line. They call it the starting line, but I think they have a name for that thing that they go in. Like, maybe somebody smarter than I can tell me what that's called. I'm all over these players requesting trades. Yeah, no kidding. Let's see. Slapshot. Hell, I'd have given anything to have a minor league hockey career and enough to eat and play hockey every day. They make too much money. Yeah, it's silliness. Richie friggin' Z, what a legend. Cheers, Richie. Good to see you. Is it gate? Is it the starting gate? Yeah, it could be. That's not what I'm looking at. Post position. That's the term I was looking for. I just couldn't remember what it was. Horses took all your money. All right. Derby odds. Find that soonest one here. It's Forbes. Let's see if there's too many pop-ups on this site. Hold on. Sorry. I should have gotten this ready beforehand. My bad. See this one. All right. And then that either. That's stupid. All right. Does anybody have a better website or something that I can figure out where the heck I find these? Probably just KentuckyDerby.com. Try that. Maybe that'll. Here, here we go. Go to share my phone. You can't hear it. What? Did I just freeze? Shit. And I'm frozen. Am I froze? All right, there we go. So, it looks like that Epicenter is the favorite. Zandon. I don't know. They have 20 horses running this year. 14. I think this is for you hockey fans out there, Messier. I think this is Mark Messier's horse. I was reading that earlier. He named it after himself. That's not vain at all, but he's supposed to be a pretty good horse, I thought. But so you got we can look at the. I think this is the odds here. No. You got Mo Donegal at 10-1 odds. Happy Jack at 30-1. Epicenter is a 7-2, probably your favorite. Let's see. Let's see here. What else is back to chat? Let me talk. It's Ding Dong Ditchley, followed by Whiskey Licks, Bleep Blanton's, and Bottle Breaker. Bleep Blanton's is making the move down the stretch, and at the line, it's Bottle Breaker by a nose. That's pretty funny. J Max Lil, glad you got out and enjoyed yourself. Yeah, you did. You did do a little trip, didn't you, Lil? To the North Territories. See you next Tuesdays. I should go to that. That's a better, probably a better website. I don't know. I don't quite understand. I don't really understand how to pick. I just go, which one's the favorite? All right, where were you here? Go to this one real quick. Anyway, sorry. I was reading that. So maybe somebody else can explain to me how to read horse things. I'm usually, when I'm at a horse race, probably like most of you, I've had a few beverages and I just usually ask people, which one should I vote? Which one should I bet on? But anyway, I've heard that the Epicenter is probably the favorite to win. And so I'm probably going to go there. that one. I think Epicenter probably to win. You know what? I'm gonna go. Let's go with Messier here. And then Messier will probably get second, maybe. And I'm gonna go. I've heard a lot of. I was reading a lot about Taiba or Taiba or however you're saying it. So maybe it'll be a close one between Messier and Taiba. So Epicenter will win the Kentucky Derby this year, followed by Messier and Taiba. What is everybody else? Who are you all gonna go for this year? Or who do you think? Because I probably have no idea. No idea. Let's see here. Let's see. J-Max says horses are not my thing. Bob Baffert, he's the guy who got suspended, and he's not going to be there because he got caught cheating the last Kentucky Derby, right? Yeah, he's the guy who always wins it, but come to find out, it could be because he cheats. I don't know. Adams is tired of Rogers whining all the time. I don't know if that was it. I think there was some off the field behind the hit thing issues with Rogers, and I think they were close enough that they knew what was happening, but I don't know. That's enough talking about Packers. Richie Z dropping links. Good for you, man. Thanks for doing that. Yep. Went up to the Northern Territories for the weekend. Deathless Dogs. Go get all these guys to follow and subscribe to them. I'm also you all are here, so you're probably all subscribed. But if you could share my with people, that may like to talk a little sports and whiskey, that'd be awesome too. Let's see. Let's I'm like 30 away from 200. That would be, if I could get 200 by next week, that would make my day. That would be pretty awesome. And who knows? I might do a bottle giveaway next week. And a hell of a bottle giveaway. But after the Matt Madness stream, that was pretty awesome, and Alex won that. And, hope he's gonna be enjoying that bottle as soon as whatever his cousin gets it from the United States to him. But yeah, he'll be. Lil says, "Hell, pick him by the colors if you want." I mean, why not? Mm-hmm. Well, Lil, you are gonna have to tell me how to read the guide because I didn't grow up in Kentucky or anything, so I don't or really around racing. I've been maybe half dozen times to racetracks, but never to the Derby. I'd love to go to the Derby at some point, but need to have you school me on how to read the guide and how to pick the right horse. Sometimes I just listen to the people who say you know who are like, I've picked the horse for every time for the last 5 years, and I'm like, you're probably doing something better than I am. So, uh, yeah. Nice little. Let's see here. Richie Team never bet on horses. Is there a strategy or angle to win money? I don't know. Lil, is there a strategy? I know that you can look at how they've definitely done races before they've gotten to the Kentucky Derby. That's how they got there. So you can look at how they um, performed on different tracks, or um, the Derby's a dirt track versus I think they have grass, and um, then you have certain trainers do statistically better, but some of it's just the art of the gamble. I think at least that's how I go into it. I think it's the art of the gamble. Sometimes sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but uh, yep, pick the old trifecta. Yep, Will, exactly what Will says. It could be hit and miss. Uh, Pros have a system. Yeah, Bob Bauer got banned from this year's Preakness. Don't know if he has horses entered in the Derby. I read about it, and I think he has horses in it, but they had to transfer trainers because they couldn't be under his name. So since technically he doesn't have any, but he trained them up until a month ago or whatever, and then they just changed trainers to someone that he knows and trusts. So kind of shady, but whatever. Only, only bet on college football and always done well. Wonder about horses. Yeah, my problem is I bet I don't normally bet on college football because I would bet on my team, and I would lose a lot of money if I bet for my team to win, and I just tend to not do that. Will says weekend before I was up by up 300. This weekend couldn't pick. Good shot done. This weekend just gone. Couldn't pick a broken nose. Are you still drunk, Will? Oh, either that or I'm drunk because I don't understand. But okay. Uh, I hope so. I hope so. I'll be up at 200 by next week. That'd be cool to have a little 200 celebration next week. They're not guaranteeing it. Yeah. Okay. Exactly. The ladies in chat, which is still no one according to YouTube. Go follow Women of Whiskeys. Tell them Scott sent you. Yeah. Appreciate that. Yeah, exactly. It's definitely a bucket list of mine too, but Slapshot says the one on grass probably won't win. Different kind of grass, Slapshot. It's soft, heavy track, trainer, jockey, previous races, odds. Sometimes you pick a long shot for the hell of it. Yeah. Don Nishida says, I don't wager because hashtag I never win. Don, you win quite a bit. So does. And Lil says you always win. So it's good to see you, Don. Sorry, should have used some comments. I don't know. I was just I was struggle busting through that, Lily. You're good. Oh boy. Yeah. No, we're not gonna do that. Anyway, so if anybody wants to come on stream, we're just gonna probably hang out for maybe another, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes. Got stuff to do tonight, or not tonight, but in the morning. So I'm probably not gonna hang out too late. But yeah, the draft is, or the Derby's kind of interesting because all you got all these people and it's a lot of rigmarole, and like they're all like they're all like dressed up in their like seersucker suits and like ladies with big old ass hats and shit. And I mean, that's just fun. I would think that's just fun. That would be a fun thing to do. Um, I'm sure. In fact, I think I've seen Lil. You wear a big old hat when you go to the races, or you at least get dressed up and stuff. And anybody else ever been to the races? It seems more of like a kind of a place to be seen rather than something, and more of a fun experience. But um, I don't know. Lil saying another topic for a sports component for another stream. Championship barbecue is a sport. No, I mean I think it's competition, but that is another thing we could do. Like I've been thinking about doing another one of those trivia night things where we kind of go through and figure out whether maybe I'll do a different spin on it, but like, is it a sport or not? But Andrew Chance says the Derby is the most exciting 2 minutes in sports. Yeah, it might be. I mean, drag racing's pretty interesting too, and that's less than 2 minutes. So it's like 10 seconds, 15 seconds. Excuse me, used the wrong term. It's called a fascinator. Will doesn't like hats. J Max says they used to have horse harness racing here locally, but it's been gone for a long time. Yeah, I think they remember like growing up, they had like greyhound racing like back in the day, but I think some animal people could probably got involved with that one and got that banned. Which dog racing is a different, like they just don't give a shit about those animals versus horses. Man, I mean, they're millions and millions of dollars tied up in one horse, so that horse is taken care of. It's got special diets and all kinds of shit, and I don't know. Let's see here. So, has anybody gotten any good bottles lately, or any good any picks, or anything that you kind of proud that you got, or maybe it's just like your normal bottle that you're just haven't seen in a while, and yeah, but you finally got to be able to pick one up, or hey, C Jackson, good to see you. Um, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like and all that fun stuff. It gets people here to my channel, lets people know that I'm here and helps out the YouTube algorithms, and you know, uh, let's get yeah, let's help me out. That'd be appreciated. Um, let's see, Richie C got a bottle in the mail from Lord Shane Long. Is that one of those Storytime picks? Is that the Starlight Storytime pick, or? Yeah. See, yeah, it's Andrew Trance says it's not just a special diet. They get horse chiropractors and yeah, like they have like horse yoga and some shit. Like I don't. It's crazy. Like they literally like they are the most pampered horses, and they're so like that's why I don't understand why they ever like why does like that guy ever need to cheat? Was his name Bob Baffert? Because I mean, if your horse is good, then it's been pampered and taken care of, and why do you need him? Why do you need to cheat? Oh, this Woodford Reserve is double oak. It's pretty good. I'll say that's not. Yeah. Going back to it, I haven't. It's not my favorite double oak, but it's good. Like it's a solid. Like if you're trying to get a friend of yours into bourbon, and they've dabbled with like the White Label, Jim Beam, and M. Williams and stuff like that. Like it's a good. I don't know what like next step bourbon. I know that a lot of people say that, but it is a lot of because you're gonna get that sweetness out of it. You're gonna get something probably different than they haven't tried in a while. So if you ever hear like what do I get or what do I get if I like blank or what's my next I'm just getting started in a bourbon, what should I try? Like have them pick up a double oak, if they can find it. It's not going to set them back too terribly much, but Richie Z says story time pick from Starlight. Yeah, I think it's a port finish. John got the first ever Hawaii ECBP barrel last week. Yeah, JMax, that Twins barrel is 3 is excellent. The first one's a little interesting. More rye, but not rye forward anyway. Yeah, Lilith, it's a lot of money. A lot of money in those horses, and more likely than not, they're some of the people who own them are, Saudi princes and like, yeah, people with way more money than most of us will ever see in our lifetimes. And very influential people like, or sports athletes like Mark Messier. C. Jackson got the Knob Creek 12 today, the 100 proofer. Hey, that 100 proofer is solid. I probably want if I can I could only drink that might be on one of my lists for things that I could drink and be just good with. Andrew Trance is drinking the Johnny Blue. Watching a Scotch video earlier has set me in the Scottish direction. Yeah. Every time I have anything, from Johnny Walker, like I want to enjoy it. It's just there are other scotches for the money that I think are better value, less for the label, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Richie Z likes the Johnny Blue. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's not good. It's just it to me it's a little overpriced, but hey, the best whiskey is the one that you like. So Double Oak is a good beginner's bourbon. Yeah, it is. It's a solid bourbon. Let's see here. J-Max, you got the Old Forester 1910. It's good stuff. Yeah. yeah, that's another either double oak or toasted barrel type. Yeah, you can get the Woodford double oak at Costco near you, near Andrew Chance for $41. Yeah, that is a really good price. I don't think I've ever seen it under 50 or 55, but it's not bad. J Max likes the 100 proof. Bottle and Bond Remus 5s are excellent. Yeah, 100 proof, between like 100 proof and 115 proof is probably my kind of my wheelhouse where I kind of hover around. But yeah. You're saying cheers, Richie? Yeah. Really wanted to try the Johnny Blue, but it's expensive. Had a 200 ml bottle, and it's the tiniest cork I've ever seen. Yeah, it's kind of interesting that they make those 200 ml bottles of Johnny. I've seen those a couple times, and they just like it's basically the same bottle, but they just shrink it. So they've got to shrink the cork too. Yeah. There you go. Like I said, anybody wants to come in the stream yard, they can pop in and hang out for a while. Hit that like and subscribe if you could. Looks like I've got more watching than likes, or more likes than watching. So thanks everybody. Yeah, more likes than people watching. Appreciate everybody coming in and hanging out, and I don't know, having kind of an interesting conversation about the draft and how that all went down. But I don't know if anybody else has their teams, how they feel like their team did in the draft this year that they want to talk about, or y'all have heard my opinions on the Packers. Yep. Thanks, Richie. Hit that like, subscribe, and that notification bell. You want to hit the notification bell and select all, because you never know when I may go live, like on that Matt Madness after party, and give away crazy bottles. So, or you never know, I may hit 200 this week and surprise live. So let's hit all of that. I mean, I'm not saying that the Packers are going to be terrible this year, but they've got a lot of holes to fill with wide receivers and stuff. So, Richie Z, you're out in with the San Francisco area, Bay Area. How's the 49ers going to do this year? Let's see here. Have that Aaron dude. Yeah, I mean, Aaron Rodgers is a game changer. I will say that. He can make not great players look really good. I don't know. I'm probably a little closer, but it's tight between me and Big Vic. I think last time I checked, Big Vic was around the 150 mark. So 154, 155. So maybe he got a little bit more today. I don't know. Let me just check to see how he's doing. Yeah, he's got 156, and I think I'm at maybe 170. At least that's what I was earlier today. Yep, I'm still at 170. So I don't know. Maybe whoever has a bigger push to 200. I don't know. Not that it really matters because all 170 of you that have already subscribed to my channel are awesome people, and I appreciate every single one of you. And you know, it doesn't matter if I have one subscriber or 500 or 5,000 or 80,000. I appreciate every single one of you. Just like so, it's not about the subscribers; it's about the people you hang out with, and that's what you all do. You make the tailgates a little bit fun, and that's why if you look at my logo, it says, I think it says "Sports Friends and Whiskey." Like we there's definitely a friends aspect to it. I consider every single one of you my friends. So appreciate everybody being here. Let's see here. C. Jackson. They should have paid. They should have paid Devontae 2 years ago to avoid these issues. I mean, you're not wrong. Like, but yeah, you got. I don't know, man. I think they were worried about are we going to be paying Aaron Rodgers? Are we going to be paying Devontae? Like, is Aaron Rodgers going to be here? There's a lot up in the air. So I don't know. The 49ers is Richie Z's team, but probably a rebuilding year. Yeah, hey, that happens. I don't know what my aspect towards Packers. It may be a little bit of a rebuilding year. I don't know if they'll, the last 2 years in a row they've gotten to the basically one game away. Well, not last year. We got killed by your 49ers. Thank you for that. But yeah, I don't know. Going off here. Yeah. Nobody important. I'll call him back later. Yeah, I mean, you never know. The 49ers may turn around and have a good season. And Richie Z says, Scott, a lot of these athletes are already have millions and millions of dollars in their account, but want more. Yeah, exactly. It's like, what do you want? Yeah, the 49ers are looking at offload Jimmy Garoppolo. Yeah, maybe. I think he also doesn't want to play for the 49ers, so yeah, he's probably not gonna be there. With J-Max, they will offload him probably. Yeah. It's been such a weird, I don't know if anybody else has noticed this, but it's been such a weird offseason for the NFL. Like, you got all of these wide receivers who are getting these like massive contracts. And you got like, a couple quarterbacks like Aaron Rodgers getting, record setting contracts. And it's like, how much money do you guys have? Like there's got to be a limit, right? I mean, there is a limit because they have the salary cap, but somehow they figure out a way to pay these guys way more than the salary cap allows. So, with how they structure their contract, and it's like what that remember that show like Who Line It Anyway? The points don't matter and everything's made up anyway. Like it's kind of like the NFL is like, well, the salary cap don't matter and points are made up and money's made up and nothing matters. Really large pour of the double oak. I mean, it's good. Kind of tired of it though. Let's see, Andrew Chance. You said you my cursor? It's freaking. There we go. Picked up my first Stag Junior over the weekend. It was the only one I've ever seen in my market. Won the right to buy it at or near MSRP in a raffle. Hey man, that's exciting news. Like I literally have never seen a Stag Junior on the shelf, or and my number is usually always in like raffles. It's always like 2 or 3 off, or like I never find that anywhere around here. And the people do those raffles, but then they like bring 10 friends or whatever, and it's 10 friends that don't like whiskey, but they're there for their friend who's gonna just sit and flip it for like I think like around here a secondary for Stag Junior is like $350, and I'm never paying that. Like hell no. I'm not paying $350 for a Stag Junior. I might pay $350 for a Georgia T Stag BTAC, but never paying it. Derek, good to see you still in here, Derek. I didn't know if you had left or not. Good to see you. Are you? You should come on the screen for a bit. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not. Will never pay $350 for a Stag Junior. I don't care if it's like the last bottle I ever buy. I'm not paying that. I don't have NFL money. The points do matter, and they do. The money does matter, and it is not made up. So, let's see here. All right, let me move the camera. Derek's gonna pop on for a little bit. Like I said, we're not gonna go super late tonight. Maybe another 15 minutes or so, and then we'll go in the back room. If anybody wants to come in, hey Richie Z, that would be awesome if you want to pop in and the back room, hang out with us for a little bit. Richie said, I worked with a manager once and said these NFL and all pro athletes are just basically spoiled children. Yeah. It's not even just, it's like the whole culture. Like, it's like you've got the players, and then you've got the coaches who are always wanting, more. And then you get like, I get that they, people are willing to pay like dumb amounts for ticket prices and stuff. But like at some point, like, yeah, like I went to Kansas City and when the Packers played, and like for my tickets that weren't really that close, it was like $600. And I'm like, man alive, like this is where their money, like this is how they make millions of dollars, because you have $600. And yeah, I don't know, it's crazy. But so we got somebody we're gonna add to the stream. Hey Derek, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, how you doing? I was up way too late last night, and my intention was not to get on tonight. I was just gonna hang out in the back and just vanish at midnight.
Like I said, we're literally not gonna go too long. Maybe another 15 minutes or so, and then maybe we're not gonna go that long. And I've got stuff going on tomorrow morning, but I gotta be up at 8 o'clock. But I gotta be gone by 8 o'clock. So there by 8 o'clock. That's not fun.
That is.
I mean, and maybe I shouldn't bitch, because that's some people, like that's their normal, but like that ain't my normal.
I respect that too. Yeah.
But
I do the best I can to avoid anything before 10.
We got cheers from Vegas from for you, Derek, from Andrew Chance.
And yes, and Andrew Chance, yes, open the bottle. Smell it, consume it, have a good time.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, Richie Z, we do need you to join the after party. Like, we freaking miss you, man. We get that you don't want to come on the live streams, and that's fine. You know, we're not forcing anybody to do anything with that, but appreciate you. Appreciate everything you do in the community, Richie Z. So come on when you can, and if you just want to be in the back room, that's fine too. Like the after parties are fun and a little lower key.
Oh yeah, and the problem I have with the after parties is that I lose all concept of time.
Well, maybe a little bit.
And I end up staying up way too late.
Yeah, yesterday was a little too much, but once we passed my bedtime.
Yeah. And I had to interview a kid this morning at 11 o'clock. So it wasn't the worst in the world, but I had the Visine and and I had to go find a shirt with a collar. So it was fun.
Yeah. So do you get involved with the Kentucky Derby at all, or horse racing at all, or that's not your jam?
You know what? No, I'm just not. Yeah, that's never been a thing I wanted to do. Now, don't get me wrong. I do silly American shit. I mean, I play the lottery 2 times a year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I always play the Powerball when it gets like up, if it's like insane amounts, like $500 million, like you bet I'm gonna buy a ticket.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's about as silly as I get. Even when I go out to Vegas, I rarely do any gambling.
Hey man, Richie Z, good to see you. You have a good night, and hopefully you get plenty of sleep before you have to go to work tomorrow. Good to see you, Richie Z. Everybody say hi bye to Richie Z.
Good night, Richie.
Good night, Richie. Richie's one of those man, he's in every I've never been in a chat where Richie Z was not in. Like, have you right? Have you ever been in a chat, Derek, where Richie Z is just not like popped in at least maybe a little bit?
Yeah, I agree with you there. I'm not in all the chats, but everyone I've been in, he's
always there. Yeah, he's always there. Like he's like, I've gotten into new streams where I just found them, and I'm like, oh shit, there's Richie Z.
Mm-hmm.
Good guy. Mm-hmm. Good night to the unsung hero of so many channels. Yeah, he is, man. He's a good guy. Man, appreciate Richie Z. Good quality guy. But there's a lot of people like Cheech, man. He's in a lot of those channels too. And,
yes.
He's hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
Good to see all these good people that I consider my friends. Like just like you, Derek. You're a friend of mine.
I'm glad to hear that, and you're a friend of mine too. Yeah. I would tell you the downside to hanging out with so many of you. I miss people.
Like physical, yeah.
I'm physically. I'm just not able to make all of the spots.
Yeah.
So I'm all I can do is remember I started off with 2 channels, then turned to 3, and now I can't count them. And,
yeah. No, I agree. Like there have been times where I'm like, well, I can't watch that, or I can't watch the live stream, so I'll catch there's just so many hours in the day,
Right, exactly. But then there's also a certain amount of narcissism in that too, because I think I hang out with the streams nowadays in which I can jump on.
Good night, Richie. Love you, man. Yeah. Oh, like, do I wish that I could be active in all the channels and I would, because I do. I appreciate every single one of you. Like when I say that, I mean it. You guys are part of my life, and
plus, I think this is this borders on being fun.
Well, maybe a little bit. It might be a little fun, drinking.
Right. So, I enjoy just setting up, shooting the shit with people. That's not
for sure. All right. Lil, if I wrap this up, are you going to come in the back room, maybe? Hang out for a little bit? I'm not going to go too terribly late. Maybe another, maybe half hour in the back room. I'm exhausted.
I'll say what. That. I'll split that difference with you. I'll hang out with you for 15 more. But I can't do 2 nights in a row.
I will hard cut mine off at 30 minutes.
All right. Mm-hmm.
No, I like what Lil's got to say. She says the last 6 months has been great being able to catch all the streams. It's gonna suck going back to work. Yeah. It's hard. It's hard when you got, responsibilities and stuff, but we appreciate you always there, Lil, and hopefully all the streams have been kind of an escape from everything you've done. And oh man, it's not tonight. Gotta get some shit around the house done. I get you. Get done around the house. I get you, man. Hey, did you see that? I got 2 lights up now. I got the second one lit.
Yes, because I think last night there was only one.
Yeah, there was only one. I got the other one put up today, and
all right.
I think it works. It definitely separates back from. Yeah. You can kind of tell a little bit more depth.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right. Slapshot's out. He's gonna rest the brain tonight. I don't blame you, man. Hey,
good night,
take care
Brian.
of yourself, Brian. You just Bourbon Ball. You can go in the chat in the back room. You just it'll say like cam and mute. Like you can mute yourself and end your cam. So like then you're just in the private chat, in the background. So you don't even actually have to do that. I don't even think you have to. I can just leave you in the back room, and you can still use the private chat.
Right, because I think you have to pull them forward.
Right, I have to bring you in. So if you want me to just leave you in the back, that's fine. I'll leave your camera off, and I'll leave you in the back room. Oh man. Oh, thanks, Lil. Yeah, I've got one more little addition in the middle. I've got a big like shelving unit that I'm going to put basically in between these two. I'm going to take this all out and kind of take this, move this stuff, do some rearranging, put a big shelving unit behind me, and put some bourbon on it.
That's not bad.
Bourbon and whiskey.
Oh yeah.
I had ran into the issue of either I've got to start drinking more or I need more space for whiskey. So
yeah, start with the space. First.
Yeah, I figured more space would be better, and then I would drink more.
Don't be like me. Let me just stop you right there. Don't be like me. After all that drinking I did last night, I have no idea why it is I'm drinking now.
Hey man, I did all that without drinking last night.
What the hell?
I
type of discipline.
Well, hey man, I don't know if it's discipline or I was just like over having alcohol.
That's fair, and I normally take Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays off from consuming alcohol. So.
Yeah. Did that. Looks good. Next laptop. Yep. So. Well, we're gonna go ahead and take this in the back room. I'm just talking with Derek at this point. Not, hang out and maybe chat with Baller in the back. If anybody wants to just come in the back room and stay in private chat, you can too. You don't have to be on camera, but yeah. So I'm gonna. This is not what I want, but I drank too much of this already. But I'll drink a little bit more of this to cheers, everybody.
I want you to know I love that stuff, by the way. But I don't.
This is good.
But I don't. But I don't allow it in my house.
Drink too much of it too quickly.
I can't testify to that.
Well, I'll say what you're not. It's fine. I mean, it is 90 proof, so for me, even at 90 proof, that's pretty low.
Yes. And what I will do is I will buy it and bring it to someone's house for a gift, and then I'll help them crack it open.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But it can't stay with me.
There's definitely bottles that I will take places that I appreciate drinking, but if I leave the bottle, I don't really care. That's one of them. Penelope's another one. Not a lot of people get that one, so I leave a Penelope bottle. I like Penelope, but I can get a lot of it. So
I love it. I love all their stuff, by the way. And I probably drink way too much of that also.
No kidding. All right, everybody. Well, we're going to head back in the back room. I appreciate every single one of you every single week. And just wanted you to let you know that you're all invited to the tailgate every Monday. So come back for a little bit of hanging out and a lot of fun. Appreciate every one of you. And cheers.
Cheers.